All right. Hey guys, how you doing? My name is AJ. Welcome to the School of Real Estate Investing. Guys, here we cover three things. Number one, if you're a beginner wanting to get into real estate investing, this is the place for you. Number two, if you're from Texas or you're wanting to learn about the Texas market, what's going on, this is your place that you want to be. And number three, if you want a practical real estate investing framework program to follow, we have it right here for you at thrivewithaj.com. All right, let's dive in. Our episode 2 for season 1, we will cover the topic: how much money do you need to get started in real estate investing? Well, people say you need a lot of money. Now, you do need a lot of money to buy real estate, but you can actually buy real estate with just a couple $100 out of your pocket. You're probably like thinking like, AJ, like that's crazy. Like you really can buy, yeah. And to be honest, you can literally buy properties today with $0, right? Out of your own pocket. Okay. So how do you as an individual purchase property in real estate with no money? Okay. There is a story, and it's a great story. There was two individuals. They both graduated from the same elementary, high school, and they both went to the same college. They got the same degrees, right? Eventually, after both of these individuals graduated, they got hired at the same job. Fast forward, after a year working there, one individual was making $2,000 a month, as was the other individual. Fast forward a year later, one of the individuals was making the exact same amount of money, and the other individual was making $1,000 more. They were both doing the exact same thing, working at the same company, but yet, right, they were working the same amount of hours, but yet one of them was still making more money than the other individual. And why is that? Well, the key to it is this, guys. The person that was making more money was actually starting to bring more value to the company. See, the thing is, there's this saying that says, oh man, if I could work more overtime, I could make more money. It's true, but the last time I checked, there's only 168 hours a week. So eventually you are going to get capped out. One of the greatest things that you can do is to increase the amount of knowledge you have. Therefore, you become more valuable. Therefore, what you are worth, this beautiful world that we live in, will pay you for what you're worth. One of the fastest monies I ever made, which was in my second year of being in real estate investing, was making $12,000 in less than a week. Now, sounds nice, but there's a lot behind that. And that's what I'm here to tell you is with what I just shared with you is this, guys. One of the first things that you need to do is you really need to learn the different components of real estate investing. And the way you do that is by immersing yourself, right? See, one other thing that a lot of people say is, well, AJ, I want to get into this real estate investing world, but I got no experience. Okay, right? let's talk about that. Say you got no experience, right? And I got 10 plus years in real estate. And I find a deal that I'm going to present to someone, and I'm offering that deal to that individual for $80,000, right? You find a very similar deal, right, to the one that I have. And now, instead of offering that deal to the investor who wants to buy it, you literally offer it for $20,000 less. Which deal do you think the investor that's being offered my deal and also being offered your deal is going to take? I'm pretty sure we can conclude that he's going to take your deal. Did it matter the amount of experience that you had? No, right? Now, obviously, you got to structure the deal. You got to learn the type of deals that people want, right? And so experience doesn't matter in real estate. There's two things that I've just really focused on, and I'm focusing on this episode today, is you do not need money to get started in real estate, right? Some of the greatest gifts that we have are individuals sitting in our public library today, okay? And so, recapping what I said is the more value that you gain, the more knowledge that you gain wanting to learn about real estate investing, right? The more this beautiful earth that we live in has to pay you for what you're worth. So, how do you increase your value? Well, one of the ways to increase your value is to go online, right? Get on Google and type in real estate investing club, right? When you type that in, it's going to show you, right, where your nearest real estate investing club. And for those that don't know, a real estate investing club is a group of individuals that meet once a month and they talk about investing in your area. But the great thing about that is that it allows you to start getting to know people in that world of real estate investing. I know something that we do in the Thriving community. We have a real estate investing academy, right? And we host it once a month in Harlingen, Texas, where we show people what's currently happening in real estate, anything new, what's coming. And so the first thing that I advise you is get involved in the club. Now, sometimes some of these clubs or organizations do require you to pay an annual fee. But the annual fees probably ranges. I remember my first real estate club that I joined. I think it was like $25 for the year, right? And I invested in it. So right now, I've given you a practical thing for you to do if you're wanting to get into the real estate investing world is join a real estate investment club. The second thing that I am going to tell you to practically do if you're wanting to get into the real estate investing world is something that a lot of real estate investors would probably disagree with. And that is to really consider getting your real estate license. No, AJ, no, I don't want to get my real estate license. I'm too busy. I'm working. Look, guys, if you're wanting to build a career in real estate investing, really consider getting your real estate license. You want to definitely have the foundation aspect of what it entails of helping people buy and sell real estate. After a couple years of being a realtor, I actually opened up my real estate brokerage. And now I have agents who are under my brokerage. The beautiful thing about that, after being in the business for a couple years, we're constantly getting deals sent our way. And so there is a big advantage. I'm going to tell you right now, this whole idea, and I've heard it from a lot of investors that have been in the game for years. Oh, you know what? You don't need your real estate license, which is true. They don't need their real estate license, and they're making hundreds and thousands of dollars. And if that's the route that you want to go, that's fine. Go ahead, go do that. But as far as the thriving community, something that I hugely advocate for is for anybody that's wanting to get in real estate investing, for them to really consider getting the real estate license. You will thank me, guys, years later when you're flipping or building houses that you have your real estate license. Why? Because you're going to be able to sell your own houses. You're not going to have to worry about paying commission. Why? Because someone's going to come knocking and they're going to say, hey, you know what? I really want to sell my house, but do you have another option for me? Right? You now became more valuable. And so I want to leave you with this. How much money do you need to get started in real estate investing? Honestly, guys, you actually don't need any money. I actually bought my first real estate property with $127. If you're interested to know how I did that, you can click on the link and you can join me on one of my next seminars on how I practically was able to pick up a real estate property with only $127. Today, there are several properties that I'm picking up with $0 out of my pocket. And if that is something that you're wanting to do, feel free to join the thriving community. One thing before I go is you definitely want to make sure that you invest in your education, because you're investing in you. You're investing in your future, guys. So last thing before I leave, if you haven't read the book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, it's a must read. I read that book back in college, and then when I got into real estate investing, I read that book again. So read the book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. If you're wanting to know other books to read, feel free to message me below, comment below. I'll be more than glad to comment on that. All right, guys. Well, hey, I wish you nothing but success, and you go out there and thrive. Take care, guys. Bye-bye. Have a great one.